Hello everyone, and welcome to Zagreb. This is a city that often gets overlooked on those big European adventures, but let me tell you, it shouldn't be. Zagreb is a place where history comes alive, where culture thrives, and where you can have an incredibly rich experience without breaking the bank. We're going to explore the heart of Croatia's capital, from its ancient roots to its modern delights. I'll share some insider tips on how to make the most of your time here, even if you're on a budget. So get ready to wander through cobbled streets, savor delicious Croatian cuisine, and discover the hidden gems of this captivating city. Let's go! Every city has a story, and Zagreb's is a real page-turner. We're talking about a place that's been around for over 1,000 years, evolving from a humble medieval settlement to the vibrant capital it is today. Imagine, back in the 11th century, Zagreb was two separate hilltop towns, Gradec, the bishop's seat of power, and Kaptol, home to the cathedral. Life revolved around these two centers, and you can still feel that ancient energy when you wander through their charming streets. Of course, it wasn't all smooth sailing. Zagreb has seen its share of turbulent times, fires, plagues, invasions, you name it. But through it all, the city endured, each challenge adding a new layer to its character. Take the devastating earthquake of 1880. It could have spelled disaster, but instead, it sparked a period of renewal. Grand avenues were laid out, beautiful buildings rose from the rubble, and Zagreb embraced a new era of prosperity. Today, Zagreb stands as a testament to the resilience of its people. Now let's talk landmarks, because Zagreb has some real stunners. And the best part is, you can experience most of them without spending a dime. First up, we have the Zagreb Cathedral, a towering neo-Gothic masterpiece that dominates the city skyline. Just a stone's throw away, you'll find St. Mark's Church, easily recognizable by its vibrant, multicolored tiled roof. And as you wander through the city's upper town, be sure to pause at the stone gate. Take a stroll along Tkalčićeva Street, now a lively pedestrian street lined with cafes and restaurants. These are the places where you can truly connect with Zagreb's past. Now, while Zagreb is a city full of life and beauty, it's also important to acknowledge the darker chapters of its past. Like many European cities, Zagreb has witnessed its share of conflict and hardship, and understanding these events helps us appreciate the city's resilience and the strength of its people. During World War II, Zagreb found itself under Nazi occupation, a period marked by fear, persecution, and the systematic murder of Jews and other minorities. The city still bears the scars of this time, and it's crucial that we remember these atrocities and learn from them. Later, under communist rule, Zagreb, like the rest of Croatia, experienced a different kind of oppression, a suppression of free speech, political dissent, and individual liberties. While not as overtly brutal as the war years, this era left its own mark on the city's psyche. But here's the thing about Zagreb. It doesn't shy away from its past. Instead, it confronts it head-on, using its history as a springboard for reflection and growth. You'll find memorials scattered throughout the city, commemorating victims of war and oppression, ensuring that their stories are never forgotten. One such place is the Zagreb Synagogue, a poignant reminder of the city's once thriving Jewish community, decimated by the Holocaust. Though the original synagogue was destroyed in 1941, a new one stands in its place, a symbol of hope and remembrance. Alright, let's shift gears now and dive into Zagreb's vibrant modern scene. This city is bursting with creativity, from world-class museums to quirky art installations. And the best part is, you don't need a fat wallet to experience it all. If you're an art enthusiast, head straight for the Museum of Contemporary Art, a striking building that houses an impressive collection of Croatian and international art. And keep an eye out for the quirky Museum of Broken Relationships, a unique and surprisingly moving museum that explores the universal themes of love, loss, and the bittersweet memories we carry with us. For a taste of Zagreb's theatrical side, catch a performance at the Croatian National Theatre, a grand 19th century building that hosts everything from opera and ballet to drama and contemporary dance. And if you're lucky enough to be in town during the Zagreb summer evenings, you're in for a treat. This annual festival transforms the city into an open-air stage, with concerts, dance performances, and theater productions taking place in parks, squares, and even ancient Roman ruins. But Zagreb's creativity isn't confined to museums and theaters. It spills out onto the streets, into the cafes, and even onto the sides of buildings. Keep an eye out for street art, from colorful murals to thought-provoking graffiti that adds a splash of personality to Zagreb's urban landscape. Now, one of the things I love about Zagreb is that it truly has something for everyone. Whether you're a history buff, a foodie, an art enthusiast, or just looking for a fun and affordable getaway, Zagreb's got you covered. Let's start with my solo travelers. Zagreb is a fantastic city to explore on your own. It's safe, easy to navigate, and there's always something interesting happening. Grab a coffee and a good book at one of the many charming cafes, wander through the Dolak market, soaking up the sights and smells of fresh produce and local delicacies, or treat yourself to a traditional Croatian meal at a gostionica, a traditional restaurant. For my couples out there, Zagreb is a city made for romance. Stroll hand in hand through the cobblestone streets of the upper town, steal a kiss under the gaslights, and enjoy a romantic dinner at one of the city's many hidden courtyard restaurants. For breathtaking views of the city, head up to the Zagreb 360 degrees observation platform, located atop the city's tallest building. And for families traveling with kids, Zagreb has plenty to keep the little ones entertained. The Zagreb Zoo is always a hit, with its diverse collection of animals from around the world. Alright folks, let's talk about one of my favorite subjects, food! And trust me, when it comes to delicious and affordable cuisine, Zagreb does not disappoint. Croatian food is all about fresh, seasonal ingredients, hearty flavors, and a touch of Mediterranean sunshine. Let's start with a Zagreb classic strukli. These baked or boiled pastries, filled with cheese, cottage cheese, or even spinach, are a staple on many menus and a true taste of Croatia. For a hearty main course, you can't go wrong with pastikata, a slow-cooked beef stew marinated in wine, vinegar, and spices, often served with gnocchi or homemade pasta. And if you're a seafood lover, you're in luck. Zagreb's proximity to the coast means you can find incredibly fresh fish and seafood, often grilled to perfection and seasoned with just a drizzle of olive oil, lemon juice, and a sprinkle of parsley. Now, one of the best ways to experience Zagreb's culinary scene is to head to one of the city's many markets. The Dolak market, located in the heart of the city, is a feast for the senses, with vendors selling everything from fresh produce and local cheeses to honey, olive oil, and homemade liqueurs. For a more upscale dining experience, Zagreb has a growing number of excellent restaurants serving modern Croatian cuisine with a creative twist. But even on a budget, you can find incredible food in Zagreb. Look out for gostionikas, traditional restaurants serving up hearty home-style meals at very reasonable prices. Alright, fellow travelers, let's talk about souvenirs and how to experience the best of Zagreb without emptying your wallets. Because here's the beauty of this city, you can find unique and memorable souvenirs without breaking the bank. First stop, the Dolak market. This bustling market isn't just a foodie paradise, it's also a great place to find locally made crafts, souvenirs, and unique gifts. Look out for handmade jewelry, colorful ceramics, and traditional Croatian textiles like tablecloths and scarves. For one-of-a-kind finds, head to the upper town, where you'll find a cluster of small boutiques and artisan shops selling everything from handmade soaps and candles to vintage clothing and antique books. And don't be afraid to haggle a bit, especially at the market stalls. It's all part of the fun. Talking about fun, you can go have a laugh and cry at the Museum of Broken Relationships. The concept is just brilliant. The tickets are around €7. Now, when it comes to saving money in Zagreb, here are a few insider tips. First, take advantage of the city's many free attractions. Walking tours, exploring parks and gardens, and visiting churches like the iconic 13th century St. Mark's Church are all great ways to experience Zagreb without spending a dime. Second, consider purchasing a Zagreb card. It will save you time and money by offering free transport by the Zagreb City Transportation System, ZET, including to the Chocolate Museum Zagreb, Museum of Contemporary Art, Zagreb Zoo, and the Museum of Broken Relationships we mentioned earlier. So there you have it, Zagreb, a city that sneaks up on you and steals your heart. From its 1,000-year-old history to its vibrant modern art scene, from its hearty cuisine to its friendly locales, Zagreb is a place that will stay with you long after you've said dovidenja. If you're looking for an off-the-beaten-path destination that offers a truly authentic European experience without the hefty price tag, Zagreb should be at the top of your list. There is so much to explore in Zagreb, and we could share it all. This video would be so long. That's why we only gave you the sneak peek so you can explore the rest. Now, if you enjoyed this brief but valuable journey through Zagreb, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more travel adventures, and let us know in the comments what you're most excited to see and do in this captivating city. Take care as always, and happy travels, everyone!